Hello, we're John Feldman, Israel, the Internet. Okay, now that we know each other. Today's topic is survivalism and the motivation for it. Since the Cold War and probably before that, groups and individuals have stockpiled supplies, trained in skills, and generally prepared for the apocalypse. Now, the Cold War did not result in the apocalypse, as most of you know, and since then there has been the 2YK scare, year 2000, it didn't happen, we were prepared for it as well, and now the big thing is peak oil, that the oil production has peaked or will peak, and the decline will be disastrous in terms of geopolitical and generally evil factors. What it is, big oil is, peak oil is now the big thing, although big oil is kind of big. Anyway, why are they doing this? Well, first let me tell you about something else. What is the first reaction of you to a person who tells you they are preparing for an earthquake when there is no earthquake impending? And in fact, as you may know, earthquakes are currently quite unpredictable. You call them a nut. You ask them if they are sane, and you ridicule them, you make fun of them, and generally make them feel uncomfortable. This is the general reaction to survivalists, both lesser and greater, and the more extreme the preparations, the more extreme the ridicule. Now, it used to puzzle me. I used to subscribe to the condescending view of most survivalists that they're shekel and they just don't understand and they'll learn. But this view is too simplistic for me and for anyone who likes to think in their spare time. I think I know why now. Here's an analogy. Say cancer. How does cancer begin? Well, it's a little complicated, but basically cells become independent from an organism and start reproducing uncontrollably, invading other tissues. This is very simplistic. Now, this is the result of a myriad of mutations because there are numerous defensive mechanisms in place preventing cancer. You'll realize what I'm getting to in a second, just bear with me. It won't be long. How does cancer start? First, a cell becomes independent from an organism. It does so by undergoing a mutation in a signal receptor that makes it independent from signals that arrive that would tell it to continue to live. Sorry, I'm doing it kind of backwards, but every cell needs signals to come in continuously so it can continue to live. If it does not, it dies. That's how it works. Now, the first requirement for cancer is that a cell become independent from these signals. I won't go on the record with this. Possibly there are kinds of cancer where some other cells secrete these signals. I don't care. The point is, a cell stops being dependent on the organism for life. It still eats from the arteries, it still uses oxygen, it has no choice, it's there. But it is no longer dependent for its very existence. The next step is that it loses control, its descendants lose control of its reproduction cycle, and things go downhill from there. Cells start reproducing uncontrollably. They don't stop reproducing when they hit other tissues, so they stop expanding. It's vile, disgusting. We all know it. Point is, this is cancer. Cancer is independence from an organism. It's the first step. Now, what's the first reaction of a neighbor cell that sees another cell start a cancer and start down the cancerous route? To kill it. To kill it, to alert the security systems, to eat it, to generally get rid of it. It's dangerous. It's dangerous for the organism. That's how we survived for millions of years. Because our cells know cancer is a possibility and act continuously to extinguish it. There are many cells right now in my body trying to become cancerous tumors and getting eaten in the process. And I'm alive. So that means it's working. The point is, dependence on an organism is a requirement for cancer. So let's go back to the survivalism topic now. The reason I believe for the ridicule of survivalists and the preppers, which is PC for survivalist, but I'm not nuts, I'm not with them, I'm sort of a survivalist, but I'm not really. That's a prepper. They prepare for earthquakes, for floods, for the end of humanity, but they're not really survivalists. Anyway, they're ridiculed. Why?